This is so freaking insane. I can't believe this is real. What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. In this video, we're going to be discussing how, thanks to the Mistlands update, you can now fly in Valheim. This method doesn't require any mods or console commands, but it does require the use of a really interesting glitch that's been known by the speedrunning community for a very long time. But don't worry, it's also really easy to pull off. So let's jump into it. Before we do, if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for future content. For how long have we been watching this intro sequence and dreaming of being able to fly just like the Valkyries in Valheim? If you're like me, then this is something that you've always dreamed of. Well, it doesn't use the Valkyrie, but I have discovered a new way in Valheim that allows you to fly even further than the Valkyrie takes you in the intro sequence. Okay, so we're outside a burial chamber, which is one of the best places that you can perform this glitch. You may have noticed I have a bit of an unusual setup outside this burial chamber, and the reason for that will become apparent shortly. I want to say, before we get on to the next part of the video, that you may have seen a way to catapult your character through the world in multiplayer by using the harpoon. The method I'm about to show you, you can actually do in single player or multiplayer because it only requires one player. So, long-time viewers of the channel may have guessed what this strat is already, but this is a dungeon clip. Before I show you how to do this, I just quickly need to explain something important, because if you don't know this, you're going to be in for a shock and you're probably going to wonder what the hell is going on. What you're looking at right now is a burial chamber. All the dungeons in Valheim are actually stored really high above the map, presumably to avoid having to load into a different level entirely. This means that if we're able to clip outside a dungeon, we're able to fall from a really extreme height. Okay, so to perform this clip, you need to find a door inside a burial chamber that is along a straight corridor like this. The glitch will work best if you have a flat wall like this to clip through. You want to open the door, walk through it, and making sure your back is against the flat wall and the door is opened against the wall opposite you. You want to line up. You can use block for this. Push your back up against the wall and aim at the middle of the door handle. Then let go of block, and without pressing any directional keys, close the door, and now you have been pushed into the wall and you're able to simply walk out of the dungeon and finish off the clip. This is gonna send you rocketing back down to earth super quickly. Of course, if you have over 100 HP, you will survive this fall no matter what, because 100 is the maximum amount of fall damage you can take. However, you may be wondering, how is this flying and why did the Mistlands update affect this? Well, as I'm sure most of you guys are aware, the Mistlands update added a new cape called the Feather Cape. This cape requires 10 feathers, 5 scale hide, and 20 refined ether, and to craft it you need the golden table, which requires 20 Yggdrasil wood, 10 black metal, 5 black cores, and 5 refined ether. The cape adds a status effect called Feather Fall, which limits your fall speed to 5 meters a second and gives you minus 100% fall damage, which completely removes fall damage altogether. So you probably guessed what's coming next. If you perform a dungeon clip with the Feather Cape equipped, immediately you're able to glide super far. Because of the reduced fall speed, you have lots of time to gain some distance away from the dungeon, and of course, with no fall damage, you're able to support the flight. So there we have it, flying in Valheim, mystery solved. So that's gotta be it, right? Wrong, we can take this even further. Whilst falling from the sky in Valheim, just like whilst jumping through the air normally, holding W will cause you to travel a little bit further, and sprinting whilst falling will allow you to go further than that. This is just simply how jumping and aerial movement works in the game, even without the glitch. And you can also tell from the fact that we're leveling up sprinting whilst doing this, that your sprint speed and your sprint skill affects how much you can move as well. So let's get a character ready with a more optimal setup for running long distances as fast as we can and see how far this tech can be taken. So here's the plan. We're going to reset our food status by eating butte berries, and then we're going to eat fish and bread, mushroom omelette, and salad to give us a ton of stamina. We're going to use stamina potions and tasty mead to restore our stamina bar whilst we're in the air. We're going to use some comfort items to give our character a high rested buff. And then we're going to use a full set of Fenris armor, each slot giving us plus 3% movement speed for a total of 9% increase in movement speed. We're going to use the Eikthyr buff, which reduces our stamina usage whilst we sprint. We're going to place a tombstone right by the door by doing /die in the chat box with an item in our inventory. And we're doing this because collecting it gives us the corpse run buff. And as you can see, corpse run reduces your run stamina usage by a further 75%, and these two, Eikthyr and Corpse Run, do actually stack. So this will give us a slight boost at the beginning of the flight. And just for testing purposes, I'm going to use commands to give my character level 100 in the run skill, just to see how far this can be pushed. However, this will obviously still work without using the command, because you could get to level 100 naturally, and it will work at any skill level. It's just we want to test it at 100. And of course, for this test, we'll be using no commands during the flight itself. All right, here we go. So I'm going to eat this puke berry real quick. Reset our food to make sure we're at max stamina. Best animation ever, by the way. Absolute classic. Gonna wait for that status effect to be over. Gonna move near my bed here. I'm gonna stand where I have the highest comfort level. Get our rested buff. Let's eat fish and bread. Mushroom omelette. Salad. Equip the armor. Equip the feather cape. And I'm going to put some potions on my hotbar just in case. All right, we've got 25-minute rested buff. All right, we've got a 25-minute rested buff. I'm just going to wait until Eikthyr is ready. And let's see how far we can fly. All right, let's do this. I'm going to try and use my Eikthyr at the last minute. Okay, get in position. Eikthyr. Corpse run. Door. Let's go. So far, because of the corpse run Eikthyr combination, we haven't even used any stamina. I'm going to zoom out on the mini-map so I can kind of see where we're going a bit more. All right, our corpse run's worn off now, so you can see we're starting to use a little bit of stamina, but because of Eikthyr, we're not using that much. At this point, we've already almost left the Star Island. Right here is where we were when we performed the clip. So already we've traveled super far, and we're not even nearly done with our stamina bar yet. This is so freaking insane. I can't believe this is real. It's kind of amazing. All right, we're getting towards the end of our stamina bar now, so I need to be ready to use a stamina potion when we get to the end. We'll probably get further if we actually pause movement for a second when we use the potion, because generally it fills more stamina that way. All right, use the stamina potion real quick. Because we've got rested, I'm actually not going to sprint until it's all the way to the top. And we're sprinting again. And we've still got that Eikthyr, so we're still barely using any stamina. And at this point, we've made it all the way onto another island. Just touched the edge of an island along the way. So technically on our third island. We're probably about a fifth of the way to the edge of the map. Oh, look, we actually found a trader. That's hilarious. There you go, guys. New way to find a trader. So at this point, we are still just about above Yggdrasil. We're only just getting to the point where we're going to be below the giant tree in the sky. Now, the reason I brought tasty meads is actually so that we can use them whilst the stamina meads are on cooldown. But our stamina bar almost lasts long enough, at least whilst Eikthyr is active, to be able to almost use 2 stamina potions back to back. But I'm sure after this next stamina potion, we're going to have to use a tasty mead anyway. So our stamina drain is slightly higher now. Eikthyr is worn off. Getting pretty close to being halfway to the edge. Probably a little over a third of the way there now. We actually started a little further east than the center as well, which I feel like is worth mentioning. All right, our stamina's getting low again. Getting ready to pop another stamina potion. I think I'm going to pop a tasty mead as well. Just so we get max stamina a little faster. Because when your stamina bar is this big, the stamina mead isn't enough to take you to max stam. And we're still going, still way above the clouds. This is so crazy, dude. I love this. As a speedrunner, I've dreamed of something like this being possible. Still remains to be seen if we're gonna ever end up using this in any speedrun category. Ooh, we actually just entered some rain because we're flying over a swamp. So that's not good. It's gonna slow down our stamina restoration. Alright, tasty mead time. Back to max stam again. To be honest, we're still so high up. I don't think this wet debuff is gonna be a big deal at all. Well, we're officially over halfway to the edge. This is absolutely insane. There's another swamp there. I might try and go around it a little bit. Oh, stamina potion quickly. Tasty mead to top it up maybe. I'm actually trying to fly around this swamp just to see if that actually helps at all. Probably wouldn't be worth it if you had to go really far around, but there's only a minor detour to avoid it in this case. Alright, about to pop another tasty mead. Took my finger off shift as well. And still got our rested buff, so we're going to wait until it's all the way at the end. Interestingly enough, if we look down, it's still so high up that the ground hasn't even rendered yet. So we're not actually able to scout for anything whilst doing this. Mistlands, that means we're getting close to the edge. Alright, getting ready to use another stamina potion. And we're back to full stam again. Oh, we're actually able to eat, so we should do that right now. I want to keep that stamina bar as long as possible. Okay, tasty meat time. Taking my finger off shift again. Use another tasty mead just for the last little bit, because why not? We have plenty of tasty meads. Now I think we might be getting to the point. Yeah, we just broke through the clouds. So now we can actually see the islands below. This is actually really, really awesome to be able to look down and see this stuff. I don't know if the direction I look has any impact on how fast I move. I don't think it does. I do really want to look in other directions, but definitely just want to stay focused. Oh, that's really cool. You can see the mistlands on the horizon, look. All those craggy looking mountains and cliffs. I have to say, we are rapidly approaching this ocean right now. Alright, stam potion time. Go! Oh my god. So close to the edge of the map. Come on, go. Go. No. Oh my god. I so badly wanted to make it off the edge. But that is officially it, guys. We made it all the way from here to here. Just by clipping out of a dungeon, having lots of stamina, and using the feather cape. That is completely insane. Alright, before I go, I do have one important tip for anyone that might want to try this in their own world. If you're struggling using the door to clip out of a burial chamber, or you just want to perform this clip somewhere else, there is one other way that you can dungeon clip that works in any dungeon in the game. So to do this one, first of all, you want to make sure you find an outer wall. To find one, just use your best guess. Explore the dungeon a little bit and make sure there's no rooms behind the wall. Then place a sitting log against the wall as close to it as you possibly can, making sure that one of the seats is situated close to the middle of the wall. And you want to make sure there's enough room to stand next to the sitting log. Then place a wood stack above the sitting log as close to the seat as possible, making sure it's completely covered. Okay, so once you've placed your stack, walk up to the wall and you'll be able to see that looking through the gap between the wall and the stack that you can still interact with the seat. Press C to sit on the seat. Now, depending on your stack placement and the wall you're clipping into, this next bit can be a little bit unpredictable, but the best way I have found to clip the most consistently is without sprinting, move diagonally using WASD in the direction of the wood stack. So in this case, I'm going to be pressing A and W. whilst also turning the camera towards the stack. And as we're standing up, we're going to walk 180 degrees to try and make our character face the stack like this. As we're turning, we're also pressing S there to move out of the wall. But anyway, this will actually work in any dungeon. It is a little bit finicky, but lots of fun nonetheless. Alright guys, that's just about going to do it for this one. But if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave a like and a nice positive comment for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for future content. If you'd like to support the content financially and help keep the dream alive of me being able to continue to do this, whilst also getting access to a couple of private Valheim servers, then you can do all of that on Patreon at patreon.com/nickrawcliffe. So leave a link in the description if you're interested in that. I do stream live on this very YouTube channel and also live on Twitch at twitch.tv/nickrawcliffe. So leave a link in the description if you're interested in that as well. You can follow me on social media and join my Discord at the links below. And until next time, have a good one.